You're listening to Radio Long Island City, recorded today in the field near Hell Gate, 9 kilometers north of the Harbor Hill Moraine. And now, the Observatory. The Observatory, Thursday the 24th of July, 2025. It is 34 days after the summer solstice. It is 60 days before the fall equinox. By the French Republican calendar, it is the 6th day of Thermidor, the day of the Prel, the horsetail. The sun rises today at 5:45 a.m. Solar noon takes place today at 1:02 p.m. The sun sets today at 8:19 p.m. Civil twilight ends at 8:50 p.m. and nautical twilight ends at 9:29 p.m. The length of daytime today is 1 minute 45 seconds shorter than yesterday. The new moon arrives today at 3:11 p.m. We begin lunation 1269. The first quarter of the moon will arrive on Friday, the 1st of August. These are the predicted tides today for Horns Hook. In the wee hours, low tide, 4:34 a.m., 6 centimeters. In the morning, high tide, 11 a.m., 1 meter 46. In the afternoon, low tide, 4:26 p.m., 18 centimeters. At night, high tide, 11:01 p.m., 1 meter 74. In our shared realm of plants and animals, morning glories are tropical in their sheer abundance. Once they hit their stride, in a matter of a few weeks, they can overtop a 10-foot chain-link fence and completely cover it. They self-seed with such abandon, the rest of the garden can be quickly overwhelmed. All summer long you will be plucking seedlings from the beds. But with their heart-shaped leaves and glorious blooms, they are also a delight to the urban gardener. Commemorations. On this day in 1824, the Harrisburg, Pennsylvanian newspaper published the results of the first public opinion poll. It was a presidential election year with a crowded field. Andrew Jackson, John Quincy Adams, Henry Clay, and William Crawford were the principal candidates. The Harrisburg poll showed Andrew Jackson holding a comfortable lead. In the general election, no candidate won a majority, either in the popular vote or in the Electoral College. The election was thrown to the House of Representatives, which awarded the presidency to John Quincy Adams. Jackson would beat Adams in the next election in 1828 and succeed him to the presidency. Public opinion polls would grow in importance over the next 2 centuries. Annals of Innovation. On this day in 1847, Richard March Hoe received a patent for the rotary printing press. Instead of printing on the traditional flat bed, the rotary press was composed of a series of cylinders. Curved printing plates mounted on the spinning cylinders could print 8,000 single-sided sheets an hour. Referred to as the lightning press, it was first adopted by the Philadelphia Public Ledger. Later, much later, in 1871, Hoe would improve his design, replacing single sheets with paper on a roll. His new web press could produce an astounding 18,000 sheets an hour, printed on both sides. The New York Tribune was the first paper to adopt that invention. Today is the anniversary of the kitchen debate between Vice President Richard Nixon and Soviet Premier Nikita Khrushchev. The United States and the Soviet Union had agreed to hold exhibitions in each other's countries. On this day in 1959, Nixon and Khrushchev met at the opening of the American National Exhibition in Moscow. In a model kitchen displaying the newest American cookwares and labor-saving devices, they debated the merits of communism versus capitalism. Khrushchev was not entirely impressed with the gadgets on display, finding some of them far less practical than simply doing things by hand. He famously asked, "Don't you have a machine that puts food into the mouth and pushes it down?" On this day in 1967, during an official state visit to Canada, French President Charles de Gaulle declared to a crowd of over 100,000 in Montreal, "Vive le Québec libre! Long live free Quebec!" His hosts, the Canadian government, were not amused. And that is the Observatory, Thursday the 24th of July, 2025.